Hello, welcome to Eternal Philosophies. Today we are speaking about a specific topic regarding René Descartes, his arguments for the existence of God. Descartes, one of the most influential thinkers in Western philosophy, is remembered not only for his famous cogito, ergo sum, but also for his profound arguments for the existence of God. In this video, we'll explore Descartes' three main proofs for God's existence, their philosophical significance, and how they continue to provoke debate. For Descartes, proving God's existence was essential, not just for theology, but as the foundation of knowledge itself. But before we embark on this journey, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It's crucial for supporting us and helps tremendously with YouTube's analytics. Why God was essential to Descartes' philosophy. Descartes believed that without God, human reason could not be trusted. His method of radical doubt led him to question everything, including his senses and even mathematical truths. To escape this skepticism, he needed a guarantee that his clear and distinct perceptions were reliable. For Descartes, this guarantee was God, a perfect and benevolent being who would not deceive us. Thus, proving God's existence became central to his philosophical project. Descartes' three arguments for the existence of God. 1. The ontological argument. Descartes' ontological argument is perhaps his most famous proof for the existence of God. It is rooted in the idea that the very concept of God as a supremely perfect being necessitates his existence. He argues that we have an innate idea of God, a being who possesses all perfections, such as omnipotence, omniscience, and moral perfection. This idea is not something we could invent ourselves, it must be inherent in us. From this concept of perfection, Descartes concludes that existence must be one of God's attributes because a perfect being lacking existence would be incomplete and therefore not perfect. The argument unfolds as follows. 1. We have an innate idea of God as a supremely perfect being. 2. A supremely perfect being must possess all perfections. 3. Existence is a perfection because it is more perfect to exist than not to exist. Therefore, God must exist because a supremely perfect being lacking existence would be incomplete and thus not perfect. Descartes compares this reasoning to the concept of a triangle. Just as having three sides is inseparable from the concept of a triangle, existence is inseparable from the concept of a supremely perfect being. 2. The argument of infinite cause. Descartes' second argument focuses on causality and the idea of infinity. Humans are finite beings, but have an idea of an infinite and perfect being, God. This idea could not have originated from finite beings like ourselves because something finite cannot produce something infinite. Therefore, the idea must have been placed in us by an infinite cause, God himself. This argument applies a principle from Aristotelian causality. There must be as much reality in the cause as in the effect. Since our idea of God has infinite objective reality, meaning it represents something infinitely great, its cause must also have infinite formal reality, meaning only an infinite being like God could be its source. Third, God as the Guarantor of Truth. The third argument ties directly to Descartes' epistemology. Without a benevolent God, we could never trust our reasoning or perceptions. A perfect God would not deceive us because deception stems from imperfection. Therefore, if we clearly and distinctly perceive something to be true, we can trust it because it is guaranteed by God's perfection. This argument addresses Descartes' earlier skepticism about an evil demon deceiving him in Meditation 1. By proving God's existence, Descartes concludes that clear and distinct ideas, like those in mathematics, are reliable truths. The legacy of Descartes' arguments. René Descartes' arguments for the existence of God were central to his philosophical system and remain some of his most discussed contributions to metaphysics and theology. While these proofs have faced significant critiques over centuries, including debates about circular reasoning and challenges from empiricism, they continue to inspire reflection on life's deepest questions about existence, causality, and truth. 7 quotes that define Descartes' views on God and truth. I could not possibly exist with the nature I actually have, unless there really is a God. The certainty and truth of all knowledge depends on my knowledge of the true God. It is impossible for me to think of God except as existing. God is not a deceiver, since deception always proceeds from some defect. The idea of God discloses something real. It is utterly clear and distinct. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. Conquer yourself rather than the world. René Descartes was more than just a philosopher. He was a seeker of ultimate truths who dared to unite reason with faith in groundbreaking ways. His arguments for the existence of God remain some of his most profound contributions to philosophy and continue to inspire reflection on life's deepest questions. If you found this exploration insightful, please like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to Eternal Philosophies for more deep dives into great minds like René Descartes. Let's keep questioning and learning together.